If you feel like your whole identity is falling apart right now, your brain might actually be rewiring itself for a massive psychological breakthrough.
The collapse of identity. If you feel like your whole identity is falling apart right now, your brain might actually be rewiring itself for a massive psychological breakthrough. Welcome to the space where science meets the soul. Often, what we label as a catastrophic breakdown or an existential crisis is simply the prologue to a profound spiritual awakening. You are not going crazy. You are not losing your mind. What you are experiencing is the shedding of an outdated version of yourself. In the world of psychology and neuroscience, this intense feeling of being entirely lost is a documented, predictable phase of extreme human growth. Stick with me. Because understanding the biological machinery behind this feeling will change how you navigate your hardest days, deconstructing ego death. For centuries, mystics and philosophers have talked about the concept of ego, death, or a dark night of the soul. It sounds mystical, almost out of reach. But today, modern neuroscience gives us a totally different vocabulary to explain this phenomenon. When you feel disconnected from who you used to be, your brain is actively shifting its physical architecture. You see, your sense of self, your ego, the voice inside your head that constantly chatters about your past regrets and future anxieties, actually lives in a specific web of brain regions. Understanding this physical location in your brain is the first key to realizing that your spiritual awakening is a deeply biological transformation, not just a philosophical one. The default mode network. Enter the default mode network, or the DMN. Think of the DMN as your brain's autopilot system. It is the neurological hub of your ego, your self-image, and all the rigid stories you have told yourself about who you are and what you deserve. For most of our lives, the DMN is highly active, keeping us strictly confined within the boundaries of our comfort zones and past traumas. It builds a metaphorical wall around your consciousness. But what happens when life throws a massive curveball? A breakup, a job loss, a deep burnout, or simply a sudden realization that you are living a life that is not truly yours. Your DMN gets overwhelmed. The autopilot suddenly shuts down. The disruption phase. When that autopilot shuts down, the disruption begins. This is exactly why you feel so incredibly lost. The neural pathways that previously dictated your entire reality, your habits, your beliefs, and your attachments are suddenly offline. The system has crashed. In this phase, people often report feeling numb, empty, or completely disconnected from their previous desires. Things that used to make you happy no longer resonate. People you used to connect with seem distant. Society might label this as a depressive episode or a crisis, and while it is undeniably painful, it is also a sign of profound systemic uncoupling. Your brain is intentionally dismantling the rigid structures of the default mode network. Neuroplasticity at work. This brings us to the miracle of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's inherent ability to reorganize itself by forming brand new neural connections throughout life. When your rigid DMN identity breaks down, your brain enters a state of hyperplasticity. It becomes soft, malleable, and incredibly receptive to new ways of perceiving reality. The feeling of being completely lost is actually the sensation of boundless potential. Without the old walls boxing you in, your brain is casting out new energetic nets, trying to build pathways that align with a higher, more authentic version of yourself. You are not broken. You are simply under construction, navigating the void. The hardest part of this entire process is navigating what we call the void, or the messy middle. It is the uncomfortable gap where the old you is definitively gone, but the new you has not yet fully solidified. Human beings naturally hate uncertainty, so our instinct is to panic and try to rush back to our old familiar misery. But the secret to navigating a spiritual awakening is radical surrender. When you feel lost, stop trying to find the old map. Sit in the stillness. Allow the neuroplasticity to do its work without forcing a premature conclusion. Trust that your brain knows exactly how to heal and elevate itself if you just give it the space, time, and grace to do so. The great rewiring. Eventually, the void gives way to the breakthrough. The default mode network quiets down, no longer dominating your consciousness. Instead, entirely different networks in your brain begin to synchronize. Global brain connectivity increases. This is the biological equivalent of an ego death and a spiritual awakening. Suddenly, you experience profound moments of clarity. you feel a deep, undeniable sense of unity with the world around you. Your intuition becomes sharper, your empathy expands, and the anxiety of the past is replaced by a grounding presence. The rewiring is complete. The loss of your old identity was simply the entry fee required to access this heightened state of human awareness and authentic joy. Embrace your evolution. So, if you are currently in the thick of it, feeling completely untethered, confused, and wondering where it all went wrong, take a deep breath. Nothing went wrong. Everything is going incredibly right. Your brain is simply catching up to the evolution of your soul. You are shedding a skin that is too small for the life you are meant to live. Do not fear the feeling of being lost. Embrace it as the ultimate evidence of your incoming transformation. Give yourself permission to fall apart, knowing with absolute scientific and spiritual certainty that you are going to put yourself back together in a way that is more brilliant and beautiful than ever before. Keep growing. The inspirations are yours. Subscribe, like, and watch all the video in this channel.